I think it's dangerous to have a friend of the opposite sex. But if you have one, you've known them a long time, they're a friend of the family or whatever, then at the very least, you always have to keep your guard up in that I would not go out with this friend alone or text them alone, or I would treat them like any other person of the opposite sex, that you include your spouse in on them. Even if you like to text, I would really make it a three-way text where your wife or your husband's on it with this friend. And if that friend is married, then their spouse is on it too, where you're always sending it, always transparent. And if there's ever a time when you feel the need to text them alone or meet them alone, then I would say 100% that is sin. There should never be a time where you feel that you need to conceal that from your spouse. If you're feeling like you need to conceal it from your spouse for any reason, if you're meeting them or whatever, you just don't mention it, that's always sin. So I would keep it with the whole group, and if you can't, then you might have to lose that friend.
Yep, the Bible holds the sanctity of marriage pretty high. And, there is that cleaving idea there in Genesis, leaving, cleaving, and weaving and becoming one flesh. So I guess I'll jump on the modifier. The close friend is very dangerous. I think we can have colleagues, co-workers. I mean, Robin teaches with a guy and they have that relationship there, but it is on a purely professional level, and it's not even a platonic relationship. It is just a professional relationship. I love what Robin said. Anytime where I feel like I have to confide in someone other than my spouse, that's wrong. Anytime I have to feel to share or enjoy something with someone other than my spouse, that's wrong. Now, what do you do when someone is doing that? You again have to, and I know this sounds rough, but you first have to examine yourself. A very hard question to not only ask, but answer is, why doesn't he talk to me? Well, again, just for simplicity's sake, it may be because anytime he opens his mouth, you jam your fist down it. Like you are the most difficult person to talk to. You have the most negative attitude. Everything he says is wrong, and you just can't wait to tell him of all the honeydews that need to be done around the house, and he just doesn't even like the idea of even having to talk with you because it always ends in a fight. Now, that's, again, just an exaggerated oversimplification, but why is he doing it? Now, it may be that you're the best spouse in the world and he's just got a bad heart, and that's another avenue to approach. But to begin with, as Matthew 7 and Matthew 18 state, let's first examine ourselves. Is there any way that I could woo him back? Is there any way that I could be exciting, that he would want to talk to me and share with me rather than having to go somewhere else?